Hello and welcome. This is my presentation for the web page I made for the course Full Stack Cloud Development in uOttawa 2022. In this assignment, I have done a web page called Retrogram, like right here. And I have followed the instructions provided for the project. So I have done my front end in React using a poll server. And for the backend side, we've been using GraphQL. And for the database, I used MongoDB, which we are going to get into details pretty soon. And also, we deployed the app using Heroku app and also Netlify. So we use Heroku for server side, and for front end, for client side, we used Netlify. So yeah, I hope this covers everything. So yeah, first off, I'm gonna try to explain how everything works in general from the backend side. So here I use Microsoft Visual Code to do all of my coding. So here in the left we can see our client side, which is our front end, and we also can see everything that's below it. It's the server side. So from this folder and below, it's the server side. So yeah, for the server side, we have done a lot of different installations from different packages, so you can actually check that out here. And same for the client actually, but here we can see that we have all of these different dependencies that we need to use. So some of them that are very important, and Mongoose, which allows us to do like an interaction between our server and our client. And we have JSON Web Token, which is basically a way of making authorizations. So when the user logs in, they have a token that lasts for a certain time. So after the token expires, they have to log in again if they want to keep working, if they want to keep being in the site logged in. So we also have GraphQL, which is necessary, as we talked about, and we have other dependencies such as bcrypts, which is a way of encrypting passwords, and we have a poll server because it's necessary for the assignment, and also this is how we host our server. So yeah, this is our backend side. For the backend, we can take a quick look here to what we're doing. So basically here we can see our type defs, all of our different queries and mutations that we're doing. So for the queries, we are obtaining the posts. This is an app that allows us to put posts. So it's like a social app where people just do a post. So here we can see our mutations. We have register. So this will allow us to register a new user. Login, we have a create, delete post, we have a create and delete comment, and we even have a like option here. So we even have comments, which is something that I decided to implement to give extra points. So yeah, we have these mutations here, and we can see here in our posts that we are actually using a lot of different technologies, as I said here. This is like basically how we get posts. So we are fetching them, we obtain them, and show them. So here we have the different functions that we need, and this will all it does is just allows us to take the mutation and the mutation that we defined and actually show the posts in the web page. So we can also see that we have functions for deleting the posts. So the web page is pretty interesting because we can also delete the posts. And yeah, so here is the Apollo provider side of the app, and this is how we are connecting to our app, which is already deployed, by the way. And we as I said, are using Heroku to deploy our server. So here I have my, my website, my address. So as I said, my app is called Retrogram, which is kind of like a clone of Instagram, but yeah. So basically, once we deployed it, we use that URI here, and that allows us to connect our server to this app. And yeah, this is for the backend, basically. Of course, it's a very high level, just to showcase what we've done in a brief manner. I can't be explaining every single function and little, file, because it will take forever. But yeah, and for client side though, we can also see that we are using React. So it's pretty interesting. React allows us to do a lot of interesting things. For instance, here we have the components. We also have our pages over here. We can see that, where is it? Yeah, so here this is like how we handle all of the different posts that we are doing in our page that we're going to showcase in a second. So basically, React allows us to have all of these options to do it pretty quickly, which is what's cool from React. For instance, here I'm having an image, which I'm actually getting from the React libraries themselves, which just renders a little icon that we can actually see here. This little guy here. So I'm actually taking it from the React library. It's not like local, which is pretty cool. And yeah, so all of these different buttons and different, forms and grids and labels are just putting together. Putting together all of the different things that you see in the app. So here we have the post form as well. We can see that we are basically just coloring things, just putting little colors to buttons and stuff, but we're also having the logging into account, which is, for instance, here posting. It's the post form, so it creates the post and it colors it and everything. So that's pretty cool, and that's how the logic, the programming of everything is done. In order to showcase it, I'm gonna actually do it. So this is already deployed. This is not localhost. This is already deployed, which is very cool. We are gonna actually refresh the page, and we're gonna be here. So as you can see, it loads all of the different posts that have been done, and we can see we have some posts here, of course, and I'm using, as I said, MongoDB, a Mongo database, which is actually provided in our backend here, in our images. I mean, in our files. Let me see if I can find it pretty quickly. Where are you, sir? Here. So we can see that we are connecting to our database. So what we are doing here is providing our string for the database. Here's Ivan Velasco, which is my name. It's me. It's my database. So this is the admin that has all of the permissions to access the database. So you can see here, Ivan Velasco. This is an admin. Atlas admin, which means that we have permission to post and to do CRUD. Yeah. So here's our retrogram server, which is our database here. So let's say, for instance, I want to register. So let's go and do someone. Let's say I want to register, I don't know, Shakira. So we have to provide all of the different, all of the different fields accurately, because if we don't, it will give us errors. So let's say our passwords don't match. So I'm gonna go with 1 2 3 just for easy. So let's put 1 2 3 4. So I'm gonna try, and it's gonna say passwords must match because they're not the same. Now if I put in the same, but let's say I do I don't know, maybe let's try to remove this part here in the email. Yeah, it's gonna say that email must be a valid email address, so it has to have the actual form of an email. It can't be just anything here. So these are pretty cool validations that we have put in our website, that I have put in my website, I should say. All right, so if I register now, because I changed the passwords and they match now, it should work. As you can see, it works, and it takes us to our webpage, our profile, which is Shakira. You can see here right in the top left. And yeah, now we are able to see our feet here as well, and we are able to do any posts that we want. So for instance, we have some people doing some posts here that I tried earlier today. These posts, we can interact with them, which is pretty cool. So for instance, this guy named Hamtaro is saying hey, so I can go and see. This is actually pretty cool because it shows us the time that when the post was done. So this was 3 hours ago, this was 20 minutes ago, this was 3 hours ago too. So we can click on this, and it will actually take us to the post that was done. And actually someone else commented here, and it also says when it was done. So these are all pretty cool interactions, and because there's a comment, it will actually show with a counter here. We can go back to our profile and see. So yeah, let's try to before this, so we have Shakira here. We can check that everything's working, and that is actually connected to our database here. So here's our database. These are the posts that have been done. And we can go here to users, and we can check for Shakira, which is the user that we just registered. So here it is. These are the credentials that that we just put here. All right. So what else? Let's try to do a post with Shakira. So let's say, hey, I like to dance, and I'm now gonna submit. And there you go, Shakira, a few seconds ago. So this actually happens in real time, which is pretty cool. And as you can see, this post is different from the others because I can actually delete it. So that's pretty cool too. I am doing validations here that allows me to delete this post, but I cannot do that to someone else because it wouldn't make sense. So I can just delete my posts. So yeah, now that I just made this pause here, we can go and check on our database in MongoDB and check for posts. So here are all the different posts that have been done, and we can see here that the one we just did is here. Hey, I Like to Dance by Shakira, which was done a few minutes ago. So yeah, we can also see here that there's the way we are keeping and having store the comments and likes, which is actually an array form, that it's empty because nobody has put anything. But now let's say someone does. So I'm gonna log out from Shakira, and let's say okay, so here we are in the home retrogram. Now you don't need to do that. I just wanted to show that we are in the home web page, the home page. So we go to login. Now I'm gonna log in as let's say Camilo. So you have to put the username here and your password. This was I think it was this. Yeah, okay. So here we have login and registering already showed, and yeah. Now let's say I want to I'm Camilo now. I'm in my profile, so now I can interact with everybody else's posts. So let's say Shakira, I want to comment something on her on her post. First, I wanna like it because it's cool. She likes to dance. So I click and it says that now it has 1 like, which is cool. And I can unlike it immediately if you want. But let's just leave it there for now. And I'm gonna do comment here. So let's say Shakira, hey, nice to meet you. And now we submit, and it will say that me as Camilo, which is the one or the person that's logged in right now in the web page, is commenting. So, hey, nice to meet you. Oh, little typo there. Okay, let's erase it. Actually, we can showcase it. So, bye. I didn't like it. Yes, I'm sure. I didn't like it because I made a mistake. So, let's do it again. Hey, nice to meet you and welcome. Like that. Submit. Alright, a few seconds ago, nice to meet you and welcome. Now we can see that it has 1 comment and 1 like, and we can also actually go and check for this. So if we go back to our MongoDB, we have to refresh the DB because it's actually the MongoDB console. It's not like our web page. So we can see that here in the I like to dance, now it has a comment. This appears as an object, and if we click on the object, we can see the information. And here we can see what the comment was, which is what we just typed, which is, hey, nice to meet you and welcome. And it actually gives us the information for who actually did it. So in this case, it was Camilo. And we also have 1 object for the like, because we actually liked the post. And it was also Camilo. Now let's log out and log in again as someone else. I think I also have this guy, Hamtaro. I think that's the password. Yeah, okay. So now we can actually like the post from Shakira, and now you're gonna see that it's 2 likes. It has 2 likes. Let's like some more stuff. And let's pretend I don't like it anymore. So, this is my own comment. So that's kind of silly to comment to like your own posts. So I'm just gonna unlike it, and that's it. And that's pretty much it. So this is my work. It actually took a long time, but yeah. Before I finish, I want to showcase how this was deployed, and because it's not localhost, it's already deployed. So what we are doing here is we are deploying our server in Heroku. So in Heroku, we can see that we can have our different options to deploy. So for the server, what we do is we install Git, we install Heroku, and once we got those, we get into our server folder here, for instance, and we start running the commands that follow git add, git commit, and git push Heroku master. So this will actually put and fetch everything into the Heroku master branch. It will actually deploy the server. So once it deploys, it gives us the web page for the app. And once the server is deployed, we can deploy our client. So you could actually deploy both in the same, but what I'm doing here to reflect more flexibility is and to reflect interoperability is to have my server in Heroku and my client side, my front end side in Netlify, which is this little web page here, which is actually pretty cool too because it makes it pretty fast. So Netlify. So the way we deploy this is once we have everything in our client and it's ready, we go to our client folder, which is this. So here we are in the client, but when we were deploying the server, we were in the server folder. So these are different folders. So once we're in the client here, we run the npm run build command, this one, and it will actually start. I already did it. It will actually build here a folder that it's ready for production. So we just take this folder and actually it's as easy for Netlify as having that built and just fetch it and post it here in the website. So once you do it, once you commit the changes, it will give you the web page, which you can actually change. You can change its name if you want. So I have changed it to Retrogram 2022 uOttawa, which is what you can see here. 2022 uOttawa. It's the same. So yeah, that's how I deployed it. So yeah, I'm showcasing here my backend through GraphQL. We are showcasing the front end with React and a poll server, and we are showcasing how we can like pictures. Well, not pictures, there are actually texts, there are tweets, there are comments, but it's doing the same functionality in the end. We are also logging and registering, and we are uploading our posts, or just doing our posts. And we are also using a database, which is the MongoDB, and we are also deploying, so we are doing CI/CD. And so yeah, I just want to mention one last thing. The only reason why I didn't upload images to every post is because I was having an error because of the AWS service I was using for the images. So I had my other attempt here. This is another page I actually built, which was actually looking pretty good, but unfortunately I couldn't finish it because I actually spent a lot of time on this one too, but I couldn't finish it because I'm having an error that I could never solve. I'm not sure why. Which is only the fact that we can't publish our images, but this is a permissions error. It's something related to the web. It's not like something I can really control, unfortunately. So once I put my image, I can actually click on it and it will try to publish it. But once it tries to publish it, this pops up, which is a course error. Here, access control allow origin. So I've been doing a lot of research about it, but unfortunately I haven't found a solution for it. I think it's due to the AWS service I was using for this. So yeah, unfortunately I couldn't post it. So this is why I decided to I tried to solve this mistake for too long. So in the end I decided to build my website from zero. But I think this is actually pretty good, pretty cool, because we are actually doing everything and we are showcasing that we can do CRUD, we can create, read, post, and update. So that's pretty cool. So that's it for my presentation of my work. I hope I covered everything. And yeah, I put the comment to mitigate for the images. I work on another module, which is actually being able to comment, to make comments on every post, which is something that was not required, but I did it to try to solve for the lack of images. Well, that's it. I hope this covers everything, and thank you very much for watching.